Hey guys, it is Friday, July 28th, and this is the 27th weekly vlog for our 2017 vlog series. Yay, it's Friday, and that's always a great day. And as you can see, if you don't follow us on Twitter, we did not go to the beach. The forecast for tomorrow still remains 80% chance of rain all day. So it may not rain at all. That's the way the beach goes. Our whole vacation forecast was kind of like that, and it barely rained. So there's no way to know, but it's like I said in last week's vlog, we don't want to spend the money on gas, wear and tear on the car, just to go down there and sit inside our townhouse, because we can sit inside here. However, the weather here is supposed to be gorgeous. I think it's supposed to storm this evening. Then tomorrow, Saturday, I think it's supposed to be beautiful. So hot, but beautiful. So we decided to stay where the weather was good, and we'll probably go to the beach in a couple of weeks. Not next weekend because Ryan's sister is gonna be there, but probably the weekend after that, we'll see. Probably depends on the weather again, but if the weather's good, I'm pretty sure we'll be going. If nothing else, we need to go mow our tiny little yard. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys our yard there. We have a 20 by 20 foot square backyard, but we do have to trim the grass and the tree that's back there, so we'll at least be going to do that. Otherwise, I think tonight's going to be pretty relaxed, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll be doing something interesting. I know we'll be doing some cooking, and we may go on a hike tomorrow. Haven't decided yet, so we'll see. Good morning. It's Saturday early, and we are going to
do early Saturdays. We
cook, of course. Well, we are going to go for a hike, but it's raining right now. It's supposed to let up soon. So Brian is making the very last of the gluten-free stuffing that we bought back at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we bought a lot. We stocked up.
And well, that's the only time of year that Whole Foods sells it, is at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Veggies.
And then he's also going to make fish stew today, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And we'll take you with us on our hike if we go. I'm pretty sure we are. We're just waiting on these thunderstorms to finish rolling through. So we're on our hike, and at first I thought this was an egg, but no, it's a little potato. How that got here?
Well, from the potato tree, of course.
So we're out here doing our hike. It stopped raining, and we're hoping it stays that way. We had storms that started yesterday evening and continued. So it's humid, but it's not so hot right now. That's why we're out earlier.
It's not Animal Kingdom hot.
Not yet. I think it will be later, but not yet. I made Brian promise to come out earlier today. He wanted to get some cooking done early, but yeah, I wanted to get going before it gets hot. I told Brian last time, granted it's nowhere near as hot, although it is very humid as last time, but I told him I did not want to be in the sun this time. So we've come up with a trail this time that is almost entirely in the trees. All right, so Brian's seafood stew is progressing. If you've been watching our vlogs, he's made this a couple of times. This isn't something new. And he's about to add some more seafood in. Or is that all the seafood?
It's all seafood. A bunch of octopus, cut up octopus.
Mmm.
It's gonna splash everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up. Apologies in advance for any background noise you hear. We've got the dishwasher going, the washer going, like it's you know, house day, it's Saturday. But after the cook-a-thon and the hiking, we are now going to play Mintworks. This is a new game for me. Have you played it yet?
We haven't played this yet. This was a Kickstarter game. It's compact, all fits in this little mint. It's a Minton.
We love these compact games because they're great for travel.
So these are like wooden things, wooden tokens that
I told them they look like bear aspirin to me. I think they look like bear aspirin.
So this is a worker placement game. You basically place mints, get points. First to 7 wins. Pretty easy. Alright.
Sounds fun. Let's give it a try. I'm going to take my turn and show you how we're playing here. So I am putting a mint on this card, and then I gain its effect, which is to gain 2 more mints. So I'm basically trading 1 for 2. So I get 2 from this supply up here, and you need these mints to basically do almost anything in the game. So you want to acquire mints.
The mints are your workers.
Yes. And so far I have acquired and built this truck. So the advantage is I pay one less at the supplier, and the reason that's important is the supplier is where you have to pay to buy these cards up here. So I hope that's not too confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. I like it. Since this was our first time playing the game, we can't say if this was just a really weird coincidence or if this is common, but we both tied. We both have the same number of points. We have the same number of cards. He's got 4 over there as well. And we both have the same exact number of mints, which is how you break the tie. Like, first you add up these stars. We both have 7. Then if you have a tie there, you look at the number of cards. We both have 4. Then if you have a tie there, you look at the number of mints, and we both have 6. So then it says something like the person that's the youngest or the closest to a certain age, which will always be Brian, wins. And we didn't like that because that's not very fair since he would always break the tie. So we just rolled a die to determine it, but that feels so anticlimactic. I won, but I don't really feel like I won. I just won a die roll. Like,
I don't know. I enjoy playing it. It's nice. It's fun,
no, I like
easy.
it. I just hope that was a really freak occurrence. I hope that it's not normally a tie like that. But no, it's a easy game, easy to learn, very portable. Oh, by the way, because people always ask me this is a 13 and older game, and these are tiny, so you'd want to keep them very, very far away from small children. Major choking hazard. But for, like we said, 13 and up, I think this would be good. Yep. And I think it would definitely be easy enough for a 13-year-old. I actually think a lot of children, a little younger than 13. I'm not saying way young, but I'm talking like, I'd say 10 and older. Maybe even younger. It's hard to say. But it's easy to pick up and a lot of fun and very portable. Like, we'll definitely probably be taking this to places like Disney because that takes up almost no room in your suitcase. So we got up this morning. There's no one out here who's being silly. And it is so cool out. It's 67. I can't tell you the last time we woke up and it wasn't almost 80 degrees. Nice. It feels amazing. It feels like fall. And so we decided to come out. Now, granted, it's like 6 o'clock or 6:30, but we decided to take advantage of it and eat breakfast out here and enjoy the nature sounds. It's quiet and the cool weather. So, proper good Sunday morning. I'm now, got clothes and makeup and whatnot on. So, I am doing some food prep, mostly for the work week, but some of it for lunch. I make salads for work all week. Sometimes in the winter I switch to soup when it's really cold, but in the summer I prefer salads. And I've showed you guys before, I buy rotisserie chickens that are organic and already cooked and pull those apart and freeze them in 3-ounce servings. So that way I just defrost one of those overnight and pop it on top of my salad, and I have a great salad for work. And then the green tomatoes you see is something I'm going to treat myself with. It's really, really hard to find organic green tomatoes, and we actually found some. So I'm going to make that. I don't think Brian's a big fan, but as a proper Southerner, meaning I was born in the South. Brian was technically not born in the South, although he grew up here. I love fried green tomatoes, so I have figured out how to make them gluten-free. Can I say they're as good as gluten-filled? No. But they're passable, they're decent. So I'm gonna make those today to eat with my lunch. So I've got my green tomatoes ready to go. I thought I'd show you this. This is just basically something I've made up. I don't use an exact recipe. The fried green tomatoes I dip in egg, and then in this flour mixture, which is almond flour, tapioca flour, or sometimes it's called tapioca starch, same thing. Salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And then I put it in a pan and fry it. And I use palm oil, that's what's melting there. 100% pure. It doesn't add any flavor at all, which is what I want. And then I actually make a really simple sauce to go on top. It traditionally has a remoulade that has some hot sauce in it on top. I don't tolerate spices, as you know if you've watched our vlogs. I just mix this avocado-based natural mayonnaise with some lemon juice, and that tastes really great on top of them. Here's what they look like. I haven't put the sauce on, obviously. I'm actually gonna freeze these and then eat some fresh ones I'm about to cook. Hey guys, it is Monday. It's July 31st. Can't believe July's over, basically. And I survived today at work on Monday, so that's always a good thing. And we did do something exciting this weekend that we forgot to mention. We scheduled a weekend trip to Disney World in addition to our normally planned trips. This is the danger, guys, of annual passes. You get an annual pass, you go, I'm gonna go twice a year and I'll more than, you know, make up for buying an annual pass. You know, if you do 2-week-long trips that are like 8 nights or so, you easily come out ahead by getting an annual pass. The issue is then you end up going more and you end up spending more because you still have to pay for a hotel and you still have to pay for transportation of some kind, even if it's just gas for your car, it's something. But anyway, it's a good problem to have, I guess. So we have our normal week-long trips planned in the coming year already, but we, in between them, so we're gonna be at Disney for a week before the weekend trip comes up. But in between them, we scheduled just a weekend. We're getting there late Friday. Unless they change the park hours, we may not even have a chance to go to a park that night. We'll see. And because they always change the park hours right up till like the week before, so you never know. And then we'll have all day Saturday, and then we'll have a good chunk of the day Friday. If I'm doing my estimations right, Magical Express will probably pick us up around 2 p.m. to catch our flight, so we should be able to stay in the parks at least 3 or 4 hours, I think, on Sunday. So that'll be fun. It'll be a nice little Disney pick-me-up between our regular scheduled trips. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's probably my good Monday news. I mean, we actually planned it yesterday, but forgot to mention it. And then, of course, you know, there's always the tweaking stuff that you do after you plan the trip. So that's fun, that's exciting. So I'm really, really happy about that. Otherwise, I didn't see any major Disney news coming out today, other than the Epcot 35th anniversary merchandise comes out October 1st. Well, actually, I think they're saying late September. And then they're gonna have special items only, I guess, October 1st, which is the actual 35th anniversary. We're sadly not gonna be there during that window, so I am really, really hoping that they will have the items that I want, because I'd at least like the Magic Band. It looked really cool. Hoping they'll have that on the Disney Parks app. I loved a ton of the merchandise. I love the designs. And I mean, we're not even people who went to Epcot way back in the day, but I just like the retro designs. I think they look really cool. And of course, you know, Epcot's our favorite park. So put the two together, and I like a lot of the stuff. But I'm gonna try to limit myself to like a couple of things, maybe a Magic Band and a pen or something like that. Maybe just the Magic Band, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, Disney's gonna take all my money when that stuff comes out, I think. Hey, it's Tuesday, and I worked and it was tiring, so I don't have a lot for the vlog today, but I did want to talk about one thing that we get a lot of questions about. Someone's just asking me about it today on Twitter, but I've also had multiple questions about it before, and I don't think we've ever shown it on a video, except maybe a haul video. It's these food and wine trays that you can buy. I'll show it again on the table in just a minute. That you can buy at Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival. They do not have them during Flower and Garden, just Food and Wine. And we went to Food and Wine for years and years and years and never got one. And we didn't even think about getting one until we saw some friends use one and saw how useful it actually was. They were about $7 last year. That's when we bought ours. And we did get an annual pass discount, which is like 10% off, I think. I have no idea how much they'll be this year, because I think the previous year they were $1 cheaper, so they may be $1 more this year. But anyway, here is what it looks like up close. And I know it may look big, but this is my hand, which is not huge. So what we found is that it comfortably, you can put almost any food item, with the exception of like the wine and cheese sampler that has 3 cheeses and 3 wines, that wouldn't fit, but any single serving type food item will fit here. And one festival sized beverage. What I will say is this is small. So if you buy, say, a large beer at a normal stand, not at Food and Wine, it might not fit. I think we were able to fit most things in this though. What's nice is it'll keep those really tiny, tipsy wine glasses from falling over, which is great because they're pretty short, so they fit in there well, that they use during the festivals. But if you're creative and if the items you get aren't too big, you can actually kind of squeeze 2 food items on here. And that's when it becomes really useful because if you're trying to pay, check out, go get your food, and you're trying to carry other things, or, you know, maybe you're buying food for more than just you, like say whoever you're with is holding the table for you and you're trying to get them something too, you can fit possibly, depending on the size, 2 food items, 1 drink there, and then carry another drink in your hand. So we have found this hugely valuable during food and wine. I'd say it's marginally valuable during flower and garden, because flower and garden, there's more tables because it's not as crowded. Whereas food and wine, there's fewer places to sit. And so you do more of that. Somebody holds a table while the other person gets the food, or you end up with no table and you have to sit on a bench or a curb or something and put the food in your lap. So again, the tray really helps because those cardboard containers are super flimsy. This gives it like a nice hard surface to sit on. So do I recommend these? In most cases, yes. If you're only going for 1 day and that's it, I don't know if I would buy one for that, honestly. I don't know if it'd be worth it for 1 day, but we always go multiple days to each festival. So in that case, I think it's totally worth it. Yes, you do have to carry it around. Yes, it does weigh a bit. So say you're going to another park in the morning and going there later, we just throw these in our backpack. They're not super heavy because they are plastic, but they do weigh, they add a bit. I would guess that's a pound or less. It's really hard to say. I'm not good at guesstimating, but in any case, you just have to decide if it's right for you. I can't tell you if it's good for you or not. We love them. We actually wish that we got them years sooner, and we just take the same one back with us every time. We have 2 of these. So anyway, hope that helps. Hey guys, it's Thursday, also known as Friday Eve, and that makes me happy. One thing I wanted to mention that I've been sort of asking around a little about the minivans. It's something when I heard the price of $20 a ride that I thought Brian and I would never ever do. But now I keep seeing reports of people using it that have actually paid for it. And they're saying things like it's $20 even if they stop off at the Speedway so you can pick up some snacks or drinks or whatever and take it back to your room. And they don't charge you more to do that. It's a flat fee even if it's peak time like fireworks. So I'm starting to think there could actually be a time we might consider it. I'm not saying we would use it a lot. I'm not saying we will use it at all, but I would at least consider using it. The other thing that I saw someone posted on a message board that Uber and Lyft sometimes charge surge pricing right after fireworks, and that they've easily paid $17 for a trip that was usually $10 for an Uber during surge pricing. And if it's $17, I'd pay the extra $3 for Disney, because if you're leaving Magic Kingdom, the minivan can pick you up at the bus depot area, where Uber and Lyft would have to pick you up at either the Contemporary, which you'd have to walk to or take the monorail to, or at the TTC, I think is actually the sort of designated place. Same with Disney Springs. I saw that the minivan can drop you off at multiple locations, whereas Uber and Lyft have a set place to drop you off. So I don't know if we'll ever use it. To avoid a 2-hour bus wait after fireworks, I would consider it. I really would. It's my vacation. So it's something I would think about doing. Do I think I should have to? Not really. I think Disney should have more buses in service, especially at peak times like fireworks, where they just know, like it wasn't that long ago that we had to wait close to 2 hours for a bus after fireworks. And that's why we don't do fireworks a lot. If we're staying in Epcot Resort, we do eliminations a lot because we can walk back to our room. Or same with the Star Wars fireworks at Hollywood Studios, and we've also seen the other incarnations, the Frozen and other things there, because again, we can walk back. But to stay at Magic Kingdom, unless we are staying by Magic Kingdom, like Contemporary, and can walk, we just usually don't, because it's such a long wait for the bus. Now, I would consider it if Magic Kingdom was open much later than the fireworks, and we could just hang out there and let the crowds, you know, disperse. But anyway, that's my opinion. Now it's sort of modified. I wouldn't say I'm definitely for it, or that I'll definitely do it, but I definitely have a different perspective of when I might at least consider it. Like being able to stop off and pick up some things at a convenience store, that's pretty good because their prices aren't great. Of course, a grocery store would be cheaper, but if you need some bottled water, or you need some snacks that Disney doesn't have, or you need beer, you need wine or something like that. I mean, I don't drink beer or wine, but I'm saying I can see why that would be useful, because beer and wine at a convenience store might be expensive, but it's not as expensive as at a Disney gift shop. So anyway, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week's weekly vlog. I can't remember if I mentioned, but we're not going to the beach this weekend because we have family using the beach house, but we are tentatively planning to the following weekend. We'll see. We keep changing our plans, but we're pretty excited to get back. We really want to get back. It feels like it's been too long already, and I don't know what exactly we're doing this weekend. I know I still want to do a lot of video editing. I've been trying to get way ahead on the Disney videos because we have got a packed fall. So much fun, so much exciting stuff, but that means I will not have much time for editing. So I'm trying to get way ahead on those. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed, we appreciate subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. Bye.